I did make a pie chart, which I'm not sure if I'm going to put in the video or not, but you guys will get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. So, movement has been around in video games for, well, ever since Mario 64. Possibly even before that with a couple of tennis games, but we can get to that another time. Anyway, the pie chart on the left hand side is actual movement, aka optional movement or casual movement. This includes games like Spider Man, Dying Light, Mirror's Edge, Prototype, Tony Hawk, Assassin's Creed, Super Mario, obviously, Titanfall 2, Skate 3, and Black Ops 3. Those are all examples of games that have optional or casual movement options, meaning they're a part of the game, or you can just choose to do them in order to get a little bit better at them and enjoy them. Now, the middle of the graph, I know what you guys are thinking. You want me to read the right side. I don't care, all right? The middle of the graph is conceptual movement. And for me, that just means trying something new. Something new is always good, at least most of the time it's always good. Sometimes it's bad, but most of the time in the movement thing, something new is always going to be good. It's an ever progressing thing. Counter Strike surfing, rest in peace. That was, a new movement concept. The Vanquish gameplay is definitely new. I mean, it's so many elements of different games. Guns the Duel, extremely complex movement game. It is ridiculous. Okay. Crackdown. Nah, I know what you guys are thinking. No, the game's super set. It's not, bro. All right, you gotta. If you start to harness that game, like all the movement methods on that game, you're gonna look like a beast. Neon white. Now, this whole game is technically casual movement, but the concept of it's new. It's hot. It's fresh. Okay, it's a fun game. The finals is also, one of those conceptual movement games because you have destructible environments, you have different class types which change your movement, all kinds of other factors. And I put Descenders in there as well because the twin stick movement on that game is unlike any other game I've ever played. It's twin stick movement. It's not like Skate 3. It's probably not going to be like the new Skate games. It's not like any other motocross game or anything like that I've ever played. Okay, last but not least, we're going to move on to the forced movement section. And this basically means, um, you know, it's how you fucking play the game. You get good or you die trying. That's literally what will happen to you in every single one of these games. Blood Hunt, the Masquerade, the vampire game where you literally shit on people on rooftops. Fall Guys, Apex Legends, Fortnite, Gears, Dark Souls, Warzone, of course Rocket League, Splitgate, and most definitely Halo. The reason why I think these games are just, forced movement games is because that's what the community has made them. They could have been casual shooters or gone a different way, but that's not what the people wanted or the people did. They wanted more competition. They wanted the games to be, a little bit more something for them to be ahead of each other. There's more competition than a game like Dying Light or Spider Man or Trepang 2. All those are just regular movement based games. You have to use the in game movement to get around. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, those kinds of games are really fun if they have a good story. But forced movement games are fun online. And the meaning behind that is it's just the competitive nature that people naturally have is always going to bring people back to a game. But if you don't have a competitive nature, then you're going to look for other ways to play the game and enjoy the game, and that's what spawns in games like Dying Light 2. That's a huge game with a massive community and a bunch of developers who really fuck with the game and are constantly updating it and everything in it to make it better. That's not something that you see. Helldivers 2, Halo Infinite, it's just something you don't see out of those other companies. Or like a game that has actual movement that's good though. That's part of the game you can't play without it is Skate 3. That's a banger, dude. I mean, I think everybody knows at least what Skate 3 is or has seen it, played it. It is on Guitar Hero level of infamy. Like it is an insanely like good video game. It's inherently good. Like it's just a good video game. Like you can't really talk shit about it because it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Like just like Prototype. I've never heard anybody say a single bad thing about Prototype. I mean that game is an absolute banger. There's just games that are lacking though. There are plenty of games that are lacking. X Defiance a good example of what you can do to a game in merely weeks. Not even. I think it was days. You can take a game that has perfect movement and everybody's fucking with it. You're seeing these crazy clips and a lot of casual players are playing. Everybody's on the game and you have competitive players on it as well because it has that crazy movement. And then boom, all of a sudden the movement's gone. And guess what happens to the player base? It completely drops off. So that just goes to show you there is a demand. There's a demand there for movement players. There's people who like playing that way. I mean, Warzone's a huge proprietor of that. Warzone is like I think it's the third most popular game ever. Okay, besides like Fortnite, and I can't remember the other one. It might be Counter-Strike or something like that. Maybe Minecraft. But literally, like, Warzone is huge, bro. Fucking celebrities play Warzone, NFL stars play Warzone. Like it is a movement-based game now. There's no doubt about it. Like you cannot get on that game and not know how to slide cancel and have a good time. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, what router you have, what console you have, what PC you have. It does not matter. If you don't know how to slide cancel, you're getting absolutely dookied on. I mean, it's just part of the game. It is what it is, and that's kind of how I feel about that game Vanquish that I was like mentioning earlier. It's beautiful. Like you can like slide to a fucking bag of like sand, and then you do a backflip, and then you literally just stop in midair and fucking shoot some guy in the head that you couldn't see before, but now since you did a backflip, you can shoot him off of the damn ledge. Like it is absolutely nuts, you guys. Gears of War is another one of those games where you have to bounce around or you're getting shit on. Like get with the program here. So I'd say for me personally, I lean more toward the conceptual movement and forced movement than I do actual movement, because actual movement's always been there. Like you got to kind of be fast with it on GoldenEye to get around. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to fucking wall bounce on Black Ops 3, or you're not going to be able to play the game at all. It is what it is. You know, it's just something that's there naturally. But when you have those other kinds of games, like even like Fortnite, man, like you got like movement was not at all how it was in Fortnite now. Like you got shit that like you got impulse grenades that send you across the map. Now you have jetpacks that you can go nuts with. You can super slide in the game. Like sliding was not in Fortnite, bro. That was not a thing, bro. This shit hasn't been around forever. But that game has progressed and adapted to meet the standards of modern gaming, such as Apex Legends, where you slide and wall bounce off of everything in the fucking map. And honestly, the game has found great success in that. Fortnite has never fallen off, bro. Everybody says, oh, Fortnite fell off. It did not fall off, bro. They are literally robbing people every single day for millions of dollars, bro. Like Ninja's net worth. Go ahead and Google that on fucking Google right now. And you tell me what you think of Fortnite, dude. That shit is a money maker, dude. And kids, like you say Fortnite, the kids know what it is, bro. They know what it is. It's like the Lego shit. Like there is a fandom behind the game that just won't stop ever. And so they have to adapt and keep up with the times. It's like Dark Souls Elden Ring is like another good example of a game that's like, okay, we have this basic concept that we've had forever. How can we make this a little more extreme and offer like a new fan base to this? I'm seeing people beat the game with a goldfish, beat the game with a mailbox. Like it is insane. Like movement is just not what it used to be, but that's a good thing because it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be progressive and constantly moving. That's the whole point of movement in video games.